The 130 nautical mile passage from Punta San Carlos to Turtle Bay was at least as good as the one before. With a strong breeze, ZERO performed very well. I was surely surprised how good actually, knowing that her hull is covered with barnacles like an old harbor barge. But just before we were to enter into the narrow rocky channel leading into Turtle Bay, thick fog came up and we could barely see our bow. It was around sunset, and the last little light was gone faster than a cannonball. Thanks to the awesome clarity of our B&G radar and my memories of the entrance from my last time here, we dared to enter. Surprisingly, the Vigilante came out and guided us, but by the time he could see us, we were past the rocks already. Anyway, a nice gesture, and we dropped our anchor in the middle of the bay in complete darkness. Next morning we hauled ZERO closer to the shore, tied our dinghy to the huge pier and walked the planks. We had work to do. Faye's laptop needed a special software for her studies, so we needed internet. Turtle Bay is a small but nice town, pretty much gringo free except when the hordes of the Bahia fall in. But that was long time ago, and the friendly Mexicans equalized and were happy to see us so late in the season sailboat. We found internet at Maria's restaurant, right at the waterfront. Enjoyed the simple but good Mexican cuisine, and Faye started to get her downloads. Time for me to play around with our new drone. I never flew it before and was quite excited to get her aloft. It's actually not as easy as it looks like to get a steady shot, especially not if you want to fly a curve or around something. I flew mostly over land, being so unsure of my piloting skills that I did not want to lose her at the first flight. But after a while I extended my routes even over water a little bit. We stayed a few days, calmed down and enjoyed the silence of being at anchor. But with the wind picking up, we went over to the beach at the other side of the bay and pumped out our kites. It was blowing offshore, and you never kite with offshore winds, especially not alone. But Faye was there and could get me with a dinghy in case I got into trouble. She has just started with kiteboarding and stayed on the beach, flying her kite to practice more control.
Hardly We left Turtle Bay early the next day, with our next destination, Bahia Asuncion. Bahia Asuncion is around 45 nautical miles southeast down the coast. We set sails and had an awesome day on the water.
Now we are on our way to Bahia Asuncion, which is just 50 miles south. Should be a nice day sail, especially with this nice wind we have here. 21 knots, true wind, and we have all the canvas set. We are flying, we're doing 7 to 8 knots. It's just super. Every once in a while there's a big set of waves coming, but normally the sea is pretty calm, and that's probably because we have slightly offshore winds. That's nice. And probably we will be in our destination a little around after 3 if the wind stays, if the wind holds. If not, we will pretty much do it during daylight. So, how do you like it?
Great. Awesome. Especially now because we have wind. First time. Real wind. Before it was a little bit too less. But now it's really great. A little bit too cold, but it's nice anyway. Unfortunately, the wind dies down and we had to start the engine for a while. But as it is on the ocean, everything turns out to be great.
There must be some fish around here. Hopefully we get one. You share? Probably not. Seals, pelicans, gills, dolphins, and I wonder what else is swimming around over there.
We dropped the hook and just spent a night in Asuncion. Had a nice day in the town and set sails again. Our next stopover was Punta San Hipólito. Because of the wind conditions and a lot of space, we had the awesome opportunity to drop the hook with a spinnaker up. That was really great. We just spent the night over there and set sails again for our next destination, Punta Abreojos. Abreojos is Spanish and means open your eyes, because around Abreojos there's so many rocks and reefs where you have to open your eyes, especially as a sailor. We dropped the hook in front of the town right next to another sailboat. We heard from our new sailor friends about the spectacular vigilantes. They drive every day and every night out on the bay to protect the town.
That's shuttle service.
One day it was blowing like hell, and the captain was stoked. He wanted to go out on the water. He wanted to check his windsurfing skills after a while. And no wonder he did really good.
The summer is gone.
We had some awesome days in Abreojos with our new friends. But after a while, we wanted to check out Bahia Balena. We wanted to use the chance to maybe see some whales out there. But unfortunately, the wind and the wave conditions were too rough to go inside with the dinghy, so we decided to go further south to McBay. But McBay is another story.